everyone. I don't get the Bible podcast.
I don't either, and I want to kill myself.
Let us just introduce the I Don't Get the Bible podcast to you a little bit.
Your hosts.
The hosts of it are us two. The premise is that I've been raised in religion, evangelicalism and Mormonism both, but I've never read the Bible, really. So I'm reading it for the first time and just asking him questions along the way.
And let me add, and that's Delaney, by the way. And we're dad and daughter. But just to let you know, she says she was raised in it. She was raised in a fairly strong LDS home up until about 8. 9?
Yeah, I probably left going to church around middle school.
Okay, middle school. Yeah. Very formative time for young kids. And then she found a community, a home in the local evangelical church in Huntington Beach. Was that Seaside?
Calvary to start, then Seaside.
Calvary, then Seaside. So, and she went with it. I remember her talking about her religious experiences and what kids were doing at the praise things. And she went along with it and tried to learn. Then she went to Point Loma Nazarene University. Boy, you want a mind journey, become a Nazarene. 4 years there, to the point where, she's playing 4 years volleyball and they're praying for a win and they're praying that they'll play up to the Lord's standards. All right. Is this what the faith has become? Then she goes and she steps into Michigan to get her master's in architecture. And there she is baptized in the world. And she sees all these different liberal views and she questions them. She embraces some of them. She's trying to understand and tries to see how they fit. Then after that, she comes to Salt Lake City and we start working together. And in the working, she realized, I don't get the Bible. So she started reading it and we just thought, we're not going to practice. She's not going to tell me what we're going to cover. No questions. We're just going to talk as a dad's talking to her daughter who was raised in all those religious expressions, but walked away with very little knowledge.
So it's worth noting, if you don't know much about the Great News Network, that I Don't Get the Bible, me asking him questions, he's delivering answers based on a fulfilled perspective, which you can look more into the other channels to know what the fulfilled perspective is. But so it's a very specific take on what the Bible means. But we're really honest about what we get and don't get, both of us, when we're talking about it.
And just to let you know, the fulfilled perspective in a nutshell is we say that churches, in the fulfilled perspective, institutional religion is done, and the Bible proves that. But if it's not done, then we talk about that side too, what it means, what it would look like if religion isn't done. So check it out. It's a great, everybody who watches it, a shameless plug, loves it. They like her. They endure me, but they love her.
Yeah, and maybe also just to place the I Don't Get the Bible in the Great News Network, it is very beginner, clearly. It's coming from a beginner's perspective, but once again, like Christian Ultra Libertarian Truth or other ones, you can get a lot of it even if you know all these things. And we also have a place for you to submit questions at idon'tgetthebible.com. You can submit questions and we have a Q&A episode. So you kind of participate in the reading with us. So,
yeah. And she says beginner, but her thinking is very advanced. So while her understanding of the text is rudimentary, her ability to question the text is elevated. And that's what makes it so good, is she's honestly asking a question. And I think most people can relate to the questions she asks.
Yeah, it does feel like I'm trying at least to represent a lot of people of my generation who really understand the culture and the correct answers that Christians would give, but like it makes no sense because you don't actually know the scripture itself. So I feel like I'm coming at it from that perspective. And there's a lot of like baggage of religion that comes out in the questions that are asked. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. So
it's a joy to do. It's probably a highlight of my career in ministry to sit with my daughter and to see lights go on and have her also question things that are not easy to answer. Often I am left stupefied.
All right, check it out at idon'tgetthebible.com.